Bună ziua, bine ați venit. Well, today I want to talk about. In fact, I'm going to change the theme of these literature talks to books I really like, and the first one is Du côté de chez Swann by Marcel Proust. I often didn't like to teach books I really liked when I was a teacher, because if the pupils didn't react in the way I wanted them to, I'd be really disappointed. So I steered away from my favorite books. This, for me, this series of books, 7 volumes, written between 1913 and 1927, is the best novel ever. And it's À la recherche du temps perdu, mistranslated as In Remembrance of Things Past. Doesn't matter. I spent a year reading these books in the original French in 1984 when I was on a journey to South America and took them with me. Proust was a famous socialite, I suppose, hypochondriac, lived in a cork-lined study, which you can find recreated in a museum in Paris. He won the Prix Goncourt in 1919 for the second volume in the 7 series of novels, Allons des jeunes filles en fleurs, within a budding grove, I think it's translated as. Alain de Botton wrote a very amusing book called How Reading Proust Can Improve Your Life. And someone else, I can't remember her name, wrote a book called The Year of Reading Proust, which is effectively what I did. Alain de Botton talks about the meeting between James Joyce and Proust in a cab in Paris, and the fact that they didn't talk to each other at all. Once you start on the journey of reading Proust, you don't stop till you've finished, because it is extraordinary. The beauty of the sentence structure, very long sentences leading to paragraphs. The characterization. A lot of people criticize him for being petty and maybe misogynistic, and obviously focusing on class differentials. This probably arises from his own sense of inadequacy and insecurity. The two keys are Du côté de chez Swann, Swann's Way, as it's translated, and Du côté de Guermantes. And it's like sliding doors. You have this you can take one path or you can take the other, and it will determine how you live your life. Now, I went to Illiers, which has been renamed Illiers-Combray, which is a little town to the south of Chartres, to visit the house of Proust, which is described in the first chapter as he waits for his mother to come and kiss him goodnight. And he gets overcome by a sense of longing for this ritual, and Swann has come as a guest to the family, and this has delayed his mother coming up to say goodnight to him, and this has a profound effect on the young Marcel, although he's never named in the novel. Um, Incidents like this come back to me now, age 60, because we are motivated, or we have our memories are motivated or impelled by sounds, music, certainly music, smells, and memories. Obviously, the famous scene that people recall is the Madeleine, which he eats with a cup of tea. His goodnight kiss. The music of Vinteuil, a painting by Elstir. These are all triggers, if you like, triggers for memories. And I think the older you get, the longer you find that these triggers are absolutely real. And certainly in my case, you can find them. He has an obsession with Albertine. Now, it hasn't been proved, but it's suspected that Proust was probably gay, and Albertine is probably his chauffeur, a male chauffeur, with whom he had a close relationship. There were 7 volumes initially. Proust died before the publication of the final 3 volumes, and his brother Robert continued to edit them and to publish them. Ironically, André Gide, the great, another great author, turned it down on behalf of NRF. He refused to publish it, but had the courage later to recognize this was the biggest mistake of his editorial life, that he should have accepted and published the novels. Cabourg is the seaside setting for some of the scenes with Albertine, and is represented by the name Balbec in the novel. There are obsessions with women, Gilberte and Odette. Marcel, we assume, the narrator, chases after one, and Swann marries the other. The other key characters are Madame Verdurin, and who is a high society wannabe and makes it in the end. I think, I can't remember, but I think she becomes the Duchesse de Guermantes in the end. The Baron de Charlus, who is seen by Marcel on one of his walks. So my obsession with this book led me to go to the house, to read the whole series, to have a tour, and to go on the route of du côté de chez Swann, with the aubépines, the hawthorns. Obviously, the major theme of the novel is memory, and the choices you have in life. But the realization at the end, in the final section, Le temps retrouvé, time recovered, is that what you've actually been doing when you're reading this novel is you've been reading about yourself, because his empathy with human emotions and the meaning of life for us is such that it will strike a note with anyone. If you haven't read, and you probably haven't read Proust, À la recherche du temps perdu, have a go at reading the first part, Du côté de chez Swann, Swann's Way, and if you enjoy that, continue. It's something I enjoyed reading hugely and will continue to reread as I continue. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.